Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? Happy Monday, hope everybody's doing okay. I'm doing tickety-boo. I just am. Going to talk a little bit about neo-nazism. I got to wait a little further in before I can say the rest of that. But yeah, and in regards to the military and other organizations too, but we're going to talk about the military today. And I think this trend is amping up. I really do. So, if you're new to the channel, ta-da! Welcome to my insanity. That's my dog Vivi in the background there. She's watching out for me. She's my little guard dog. She guards ankles. Just saying. And hangers on. Red heart? How's that? I can't get that stuff straight. And because I am a veteran, I thought this would be a good story for just about everybody, because it's not just the military. And today's sweater is one of my heroines. Don't you just love Mrs. Brown? I do. Actually sent her a audition video to be her sister, because in a show she's got a sister lives in Toronto. So I just thought that would be fun, but never heard nothing back. It was years ago. Anyway, shall we get into this? I got my papers here. I got my Canada Dry ginger ale. It's from a gala that I did for parents with kids with cancer. What a good night that was. Raised a lot of money. It was awesome. So, shall we? We shall. Okay, now there seems to be a growing trend in the military personnel belonging to neo-Nazis and pro-Russian organizations. I would call these guys groups, but they're groups to me sounds like a small little bunch of folks, where organization means they're organized and they know what the hell they're doing. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot. So these guys, gals, I would imagine, are very organized, with the Secretary of Defense sporting white nationalist tattoos, trying to pass it off of, it's a Christian cross, and I am a Christian. In my opinion, you're a convenient Christian. Military personnel usually look up to their superiors, or at the very least respect their rank and position. Now, I worked with a major and some junior officers who were complete and utter arseholes, weren't good people, but me being a non-com, every once in a while I had to salute them and say, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir. But that was for what was up here or on here, not what was in the uniform. I didn't have to respect the person. I just respected the person, the rank and their position. Well, never mind. So yeah, when necessary, I saluted them and called them by their rank. But what's happening now goes way, way over the line. In Raw Story, that's where I got this article from. A guy named Jordan Green wrote it on September the 8th, so it's brand spanking new. In Raw Story, today is about 2 young Marines, Corporal Liam Collins and Corporal Jordan Duncan. These guys are both neo-Nazis, and they became the target of NCIS. Because when you live on a base or an installation or whatever you want to call them, forts, camps, whatever, word gets out fast. That stuff spreads like shit downhill. It gets out fast, let's put it that way. And these organizations are meeting in barracks. They're talking in groups while they're on exercise, all the rest, all the little hush-hush. And this stuff gets noticed. But I think the NCOs, although I know full well how full their plates are, I really do, and how hard their jobs are already, but they need to be more in tune to this buzz that's going through their battalions or their platoons. in the Raw Story article that I'm getting to, and I had to giggle at this line because it said NCIS probed a Marine assigned to Camp Lejeune in North Carolina for ties to pro-Russian neo-organizations in Poland. And with the new president of Poland, who is a very hardcore Trumper, and he loves the right-wing president, in Poland. So I guess may the goddess watch over Ukraine, because a few of those little stray missiles that Putin sent landed in Poland and there wasn't any backlash. So I'm thinking they're okay with it, which scares the shit out of me. So it seems that the FBI arrested the Marines when the FBI found out that they were involved in a plot to attack an energy facility on American soil. And this is interesting. His partner in crime is a Russian linguist. And I guess he was cunning because he had classified material in his possession. Raw Story tried to get more information from NCIS, but they refused, and they weren't going to give it to him until Raw Story decided to sue them. And a judge sided with the media for a change. Judge Lori Alican wrote, "Disclosure of the requested records would likely reveal a great deal about law enforcement policies, including how the defendants, NCIS, the FBI, handled investigations relating to mishandling of classified information and how the military is handling extremism in the military. Thus, disclosure would offer the public visibility into the defendants' performance of their statutory duties and would further let citizens know what their government is up to." Do the little fist pump. Not like him. Mine's better. So these Marines have been on the radar since 2020. According to a Newsweek story that named Corporal Liam Collins as a member of Iron March, a global neo-Nazi online forum, NCIS investigation, June 24, 2020, shows they were looking at Corporal Collins and his affiliation with the Polish neo-Nazi group Falanga, whatever. The investigation uncovered messages between Collins and two other self-identified members of the online forum, chat group, whatever the hell we're going to call that. The topic apparently entailed coordinating I can't talk today. And this is only ginger ale. I swear on my mother, well, on her soul, yeah, I can't talk today. This is just one of them old age days or something, I don't know. But let's go back to, according to the Newsweek story, that named Corporal Liam Collins as a member of Iron March, a global neo-Nazi online forum, and NCIS investigation, June 24, 2020, shows they were looking at Corporal Collins and his affiliation with the Polish neo-Nazi group Falanga. Did I get that out all right? The investigation uncovered messages between Collins and two other self-identified members of the chat. The topic apparently entailed coordinating paramilitary operations, and the plot thickens because by the time NCIS found out about these fellas, and I'm going to say traitors, they had already organized a neo-Nazi paramilitary group that were illegally manufacturing guns and stealing military gear from Camp Lejeune, and they were planning an attack on critical infrastructure designed to spark a race war on critical infrastructure, according to the federal prosecutor. That's from Raw Story. In October 2020, while he was being investigated for his neo-Nazi coordination, he was arrested on gun charges along with Corporal Jordan Duncan, the linguist. The FBI raided Duncan's home, got his laptop and his external hard drive, and found classified information on that computer, and a new investigation was opened by NCIS and the FBI, and they handled this probe on the linguist as an insider threat. Because of course they are. Where do you think they're getting their information? And they found and charged him with conspiracy to damage an energy facility, and they found 3 co-defendants, also another Marine and a New Jersey National Guardsman. In 2021, in August, Corporal Duncan was in jail awaiting trial, and the NCIS found a secret document, capabilities brief for the 2nd Radio Battalion. He, or they, his group, also had other documents. For official use only was stamped on these. That was not for public eyes. Standard operating procedures and tactics information, SOPs, for their battalion. These documents, though not classified, if they fell into the hands of an adversary, could be detrimental because they included signals intelligence and electronic warfare. And the 2nd Radio Battalion folks would use that information when they went out on exercise or out into the field for realsies. And when I was in the military, we used to get SOPs all the time, and it was our duty to go through those and read the updates and amendments and whatever. Other documents found were commingled with a huge bunch of improvised device schematics. I don't know if they're landmines or whatever the hell. And chemical weapons schematics. Now, what do you think they were going to do with those? And how do you think that energy facility was going to get dismantled? The NCIS agent testified during the detention hearing for one of the guys, Duncan, the Russian linguist. His hard drive seemed to be a source for the entire group. He liked to share. NCIS agent also testified August 2021. There were multiple documents from that hard drive that appeared on multiple other group members' computers. Corporal Collins has been in this group for years. He joined Phalange or whatever in 2016, a year before he went to basic training or boot camp at Parris Island in South Carolina. He told these guys that he was proud of his Polish heritage. So is my husband. And extremely proud that his grandparents were Nazi collaborators. And he didn't dispute the fact that Jews who claimed Poland helped with the Holocaust. He didn't dispute that at all. In fact, he was really proud that his grandparents were part of that. This little traitor is the most dangerous because he wasn't being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was doing it for free because he's a traitorous little shit. He reached out to others on the Phalange forum, talking with Phalanx, Phalanx 22, in August 2016. And he said, I have a deep interest in creating a sort of alliance with you and any members of Phalange that might be able to talk to me. Like being able to relay information and propaganda between Poland and the United States. I will be serving in the military soon, so I want to come out fresh and ready to train my Polish brothers on how to defend their blood and their soil. The Phalange organization makes no bones about how they feel about America. They are really anti-American, and the very foundation of this group is the leader's perception of liberalism, capitalism, and the USA/NATO. are their greatest enemies. So is Poland going to go in and do surveillance for Ukraine once there's a ceasefire? I'm thinking not. Seriously. The writer of Raw Story really needs a big attaboy for this article. So, congratulations on writing a good article, because this is important stuff, Mr. Jordan Green. So, is it any wonder in anybody's mind out there why NATO would be their greatest enemy? Could it be maybe because the Nazis are the reason that NATO was born in the first place, to align with other allied nations, so this would never, ever happen again? Man, were we wrong. And you know what? It really is okay to be aware of this neo-Nazism and Christian nationals and all the rest of them that's spiking its ugly head right now. But now they're getting bolder and doing it out in public. They're just poking their heads out and taking a look around, not doing nothing wrong. We have First Amendment rights. They don't seem to think the rest of us do. But there should be more action taken when you see a Nazi flag being raised and you see all these little mustache people in their SS brown shirts all congregating and Zeke Island in front of Disney World in Florida, or in small towns where they get a parade permit given to them so they can march right down the middle of the town square and hold big rallies and recruitment sessions for Nazism. I mean, there is a colossal difference between protesting against your government, who is taking your rights away, and they're not doing what they said they were going to do on the campaign trail, and taking other things away that affect most of the country's lives. There's a big difference between that and hate speech from groups that have historically, through history, through last couple 100 years, 300 years, have spewed hate about groups of people that whatever the hell, white supremacists, Christian nationalists, Aryan groups have been inbred for years. Hate is taught. It is taught. And it makes me wonder if these soldiers, sailors, Marines, whatever the hell branch of military that they get into, do they come into the military with these ideals? Well, a lot of them do, obviously. This guy, a year before he went to boot camp. And just others that come in just looking for a sense of belonging and want to belong to a brotherhood of like-minded people, other sailors, soldiers, whatever, and get indoctrinated by the propaganda because they're always really nice. Well, don't you think that the government should not have done that to us? And yeah, it's like putting icing on a shit shingle. That's how they hook these kids. They're away from home for the first time. Boys, girls, it doesn't matter. Most boys are mama's boys, I'm just saying. They love their mamas. So when they get away from that situation, they're a little vulnerable. And they meet up with somebody like that, and this guy's chirping, chirping, chirping in their ear. It's the icing on a shit shingle. That's what it is. And that's what Trump is pumping out to Americans now. Icing on a shit shingle. Now, as a side note, in Canada, today, the courts sentenced a guy who went by the name of Dark Foreigner. He's a terror propagandist. He got 10 years in prison. Mr. Patrick McDonald was guilty of terror and other charges in connection with spreading online hate speech. Because we don't like that here. A graphic designer by trade used his skills to make recruitment videos and spread neo-Nazi propaganda that he vomited hate toward Jews and other visible minorities. Canadians are being targeted by American propagandists like we see happening out in Alberta and Saskatchewan, disparaging the present government and spreading misinformation and disinformation and flat out fucking lies. Don't believe me? Read some of the stuff that Pierre Poilievre says and Danielle Smith. So that is a long video, and I hope you had a cuppa or a glass of while I did this. Because, yeah. Anyway, like me, love me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. And please, after reading something like this, don't you want to go and give somebody a hug, even if it's yourself? Like just, give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. And Miss Viv's down there still watching guard on me. And that's a good thing. So yeah, take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. This bullshit is getting far and away out of hand. I love you all. Hangers on, thanks for hanging on. Newcomers, like I said, you're welcome, but keep your comments polite and just don't be dirty. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I love you all. Take care.